Used to be the cool social media platform that came and slapped around MySpace and put it in its grave. All your friends were using Facebook, everyone posting their status. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Posting pictures, talking to each other. It was the place to be. And then your parents and grandparents found it and it stopped being cool. Then it started to be all about how 5G reptilians faked the moon landing and the government's putting chemtrails in the sky that's destroying our sperm cells and shit like that. Over the years, Facebook has just become like Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane. A fucking disaster of a platform. And today, Facebook made its biggest announcement since it was revealed that they're selling all of your information to everybody ever. They announced that they're changing their name to Meta. Zuckerberg bot gave an inspired 40-second speech where he was once again devoid of even the most basic human emotion. He announced that Facebook is rebranding itself to fit more in line with where it sees itself in the future, and that future is the metaverse. I'm sure you've all heard of the metaverse by now since a lot of people have been talking about it, and a lot of older...
So, before we jump into what he's about to say, I want to comment in the video earlier. The reason why Facebook is actually like Charlie is right, like Facebook used to be really cool, until the generations obviously just don't talk about the same things, and so shit happened. I got off Facebook because of that. I'm not gonna lie, but one of the reasons why Facebook changed their name, a lot of people are thinking it because it's the whistleblower thing. That's not it. That's not it. Facebook really does see themselves becoming the leader in the metaverse space. They're gonna be trailblazers. The only other people that I see potentially doing this at a better rate is not doing it for real. That's Tesla and that's Elon Musk. Now they may be better tech companies, even Apple. They may be better tech companies than Facebook. But the very thing that Facebook has over all of those companies, probably besides Amazon, Facebook has community. Facebook has population, has 1 billion active users daily. That's a fantastic amount of people, you guys. So, it's going to get huge.
Older people seem really afraid of it. They're treating it like the next Y2K. You'll have like old Cletus and Ruth like, I'm fucking getting rid of these computers, god damn it, I knew they were from the devil. I'm strapping myself in, getting the shortwave radio out with my old double barrel meat cannon. Poof, poof. Bring it, metaverse, because they think they're going to get fucking vaporized by it. But there's nothing to fear here. Just take it from Mark Zuckerberg himself. Let him explain it to you.
Today, we're going to talk about the metaverse, starting with the most important experience of all, connecting with people.
Sorry to immediately interrupt here, but why would they have Mark Zuckerberg of all people talking about the human connection? This guy hasn't connected to a human being in the better part of a decade now. If I was part of the upper echelon of Facebook, the very first thing I would do would be to forbid Mark Zuckerberg from appearing in any promotional material involving Facebook. He just makes it seem like the company is run by actual robots and is completely soulless, which it absolutely is. But I mean, still, why have him be like your public speaker for the company, talking about connecting to people? The only thing Zuckerberg is connected to in the last decade is the electrical outlets to charge his batteries.
Imagine...
Bro, Charlie is fucking... Oh my god, he is so crazy with the roasted. Oh my god. The only thing Zuckerberg has connected to was the electric outlet for his bats. Yo, it's funny because I do see Zuckerberg seems to it's like I feel like the reason why he is so different, people say, is because, man, he is the person that the entire all of humanity views as like a villain. And it's like Mark Zuckerberg just wants to be, he just, I don't know what he wants to be quite honest with you, but the position that he's turned himself into, over 17 years of the Facebook shit, I think he's fully grasped and accepted his position. He's accepted his position as the leader of fucking tech. I guess he is like a super villain. Fuck it. I'll try to put some nice words to it and make it not what it is, but it is what it is. So, but I mean, like, I used to be a content moderator, so I've seen the worst of humanity, the absolute worst, and I only did it for like 2.5 years. Mark Zuckerberg's been aware of this shit for 17 years. He's seen it all. He's seen child abuse. He's seen fucking heinous murders. He's seen anything and everything you can imagine. Everything. I've seen everything. And I only did it for 2.5 years. So if he's been doing this for 17, he knows. That type of shit, seeing that, changes you. So one of the reasons why Zuck is probably devoid of emotion is because when you see what humanity is capable of doing, not on TV, in real life, through cameras on their phones, especially in third world countries where they don't have the justice systems like we do, yo, they got jungle justice out there. So if you steal something, they're gonna tie you down, throw some hot oil on you, and burn you right in front of the crowd. If you touch a little girl, little kid, or some shit like that, little boy, they're gonna chop your arms off. They're gonna chop while you're still alive. Like, this the type of shit I've seen. I've seen it with my eyes. Real people. Not no fucking Saw shit. Not no fake ass HBO shit that looks real. I'm talking about real life people, real life screens, real life everything. Zuck has seen 17 years of that shit. And so it makes, in Zuck's defense, you know, it changes you. But at the same time, you know, this is the life, this is the price that you pay. This is the price you pay.
You put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually. It has things that are only possible virtually.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. Alright.
I love how the in-game avatar looks more human than the real Mark Zuckerberg does.
Hi.
What's up, Ma?
Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome. The metaverse will be like. Imagine if you could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space, those chance interactions that make your day all accessible from anywhere.
Yeah, if you've played VR chat before, you basically know what to expect with the metaverse here. That's the impression I get. Obviously, there's a little more to it, especially when it comes to the augmented reality elements, and I do think it's pretty cool, to be honest. Like, I think it's a cool idea if it was anyone but Facebook doing it, but I love the idea of you going to work and you have like a Ugandan Knuckles or Big Chungus skin, and your boss is like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, I'm in my ideal workspace, baby. I'm connecting. I also absolutely love the idea, like the wet dream of Mark Zuckerberg and his team having a serious meeting in the metaverse, and 4chan raids it like they did back in Habbo Hotel with the pools closed. They just come in, shut that shit down. Zuckerberg scrambling like, oh my god, get your meta blasters, we're going to war. And it becomes like some kind of all-out, like, absolute metaverse catastrophe. In the real world, there's not a huge chance that a Facebook meeting gets invaded by people wearing a Shia LaBeouf skin. But in the metaverse, I feel like that could happen at any moment. Facebook's not exactly known for their optimal security and privacy. So I feel like it's just a matter of time before people figure out how to, like, go into other people's work. Kind of like how they already do on Zoom and just crash it. So that'll be pretty wild. And by far the most exciting part about the metaverse is being able to be advertised to right in your fucking shit. Like, right up in your shit, you'll be getting ads. Whether it's ads for, like, in-app purchases, like he even mentions in the press conference, like, yeah, you won't even need a full TV. You can just buy like $1 TV and put it in your house. So just like all of these constant ads for all of these different items and utilities, as well as just different products. Shopping in the metaverse is probably going to be the most intrusive advertising of all time. I don't exactly know how that's going to look when it launches, but I am guessing it's going to be fucking rough. Just picture this. You're kicking back with
Charlie's really got a point on that. Do you guys remember the I think it was the episode in Black Mirror where the guy was bicycling to get on like American Idol or something so he could like sing and some shit? You remember when he was in the room and like the porn advertisements came on and he had to watch it, otherwise you would hear like a blaring. It's not gonna get to that degree, but it's going to be in your face like that, you know. And it's something really interesting to think about, you know. Advertisements are gonna, you know, pump even more money into Facebook, and it's not even necessarily a bad thing. I think it's absolutely something that people who are privy and savvy can take advantage of. You could think about where this can really lead to. This is another avenue for money. So now is the time to really get into tech. You've got to claim your internet real estate space.
Boys in the metaverse, you're watching basketball, you got a dope ass house, you got it placed in the middle of Mordor, and then all of a sudden football game goes out, bang, it's Zuckerberg and he's got something to tell you. It's just like fucking picture of Goatsy. He's like, hey Charles, we saw you visited Goatsy recently, you like spread buttholes, here's some butt plugs, and you have to like exit out of it or wait 20 seconds for them to play their ad or something. It's like, damn, just ruined the whole mood. Just trying to watch football and now I'm just getting blasted with ads. I imagine it's going to be big on advertising since this is a way to feed an ad directly to you. It's really easy to ignore ads on a screen, but when you are in there, like in the fucking trenches, living it, I think it's going to be a lot easier to convince people to buy things they don't need. Like just look at it in the real world. You can sell something to someone's face far easier than you can just passing out flyers or putting on like a commercial. So I think it's going to be a lot more successful from like brands and shit. And I feel like people are going to spend far more money in the metaverse than they currently do on Facebook. That's just a guess. I'm just speculating, but I do imagine that's going to be pretty huge there. Like I said, though.
Yeah, Charlie's really got a point on that. It's so much easier to sell when something's right in your face as opposed to online. Now, I know that online increases and enhances your reach and your audience by having more exposure. But the reason why I say that is because I got a friend, she started a jewelry business. She creates her own crystal jewelry, and it's actually fire as fuck, by the way. Shout out Prism Rose Jewelry. And she goes to a lot of vending events, and she makes pretty damn good money. She makes some pretty good money selling these bracelets, necklaces, and earrings to these people. She does still get sales online, but it's nothing like actually going in person, where people still have, their cards, their cash. They're looking for new cool items, and they come to party, hang out, vibe out, and then all of a sudden they see their zodiac sign on a hematite amethyst bracelet, and they're like, oh my gosh, I've been needing this. And then they dish out like $50. Like, the same thing that happened in this metaverse area. I'm assuming that for the very first people that get into the metaverse area are going to have quite a bit of a pocket to work with. So I think this is how it's going to go. It's going to be the early adopters are going to get into the metaverse at an early stage. It's probably going to cost a pretty penny, because first you got to own a Quest, which is like $600-$700 on itself, and then you're probably going to have to, there's probably got to be some sort of subscription, maybe. I absolutely know that Zuckerberg wants to make the metaverse free to get in I think he wants to do that. But I think for the better utilities, I mean, it's going to be like YouTube. You're going to have to pay a subscription in order to get those advertisements out of your face. So, and that may be it might be a hefty price. Who knows,
I love this futury idea where we're all just really jacked into the fucking cyber mainframe. I think it's cool. I've always thought that would be cool and be able to do things in a virtual reality space, though I don't know if Facebook is really the company to lead the charge and make it the best it can be. Facebook is probably the company I have the least amount of respect for, so it's not like I'm super happy that it's them that's leading this charge. But yeah, I can't call them Facebook anymore. They're Meta, which, maybe that name is scary enough to get people off of the platform. I know, like I said, old people are already afraid of the metaverse, so perhaps they'll just up and abandon Facebook entirely. It's like, oh my God, it's Meta. They're revealing the true colors. It's Demon 666 Meta. It's evil. We got to get the fuck out quick. So maybe just them changing their name to Meta was enough to scare people away. That'd be pretty fucking cool. But I mean, yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this real quick because I found it really fascinating that a company as large as Facebook would change their name like this. Now, of course, they're in so much hot water with all the crazy shit going on with Facebook right now and all of the trouble they're in. So I imagine maybe rebranding from Facebook to Meta was a way of like pushing all of that under the rug. So it's probably more than just like, hey, we believe in the metaverse so much. It's more like, hey, this is pretty helpful timing. Let's just change our name and hope people forget a lot of the stuff we are now being outed for. So that's probably the most likely scenario, the more I think about it, honestly. but I thought it was worth at least talking about anyway because, everyone's heard of Facebook and now it's called Meta, which is a stupid name, to be honest. That's about it. So yeah. I'm not TMZ and I'm not your school's local newspaper, but
Yeah. So actually, the whistleblower is not the reason why Facebook has changed their name. I really don't see that, but it was a perfect time to roll it out. I mean, Zuckerberg has pumped tens of billions of dollars into building the metaverse. So he's been working on it for a long time, actually. It's not just because of the whistleblower and stuff like that. And quite honestly, even that chick doing that shit, and I'm going to do a reaction on that one too, because I used to be a Facebook content moderator. So the shit she's talking about, it's not new. And it's shocking to the public because she was so high up with Facebook and stuff like that. But it's really not anything special. I think it's just horrendous. It's a shock to everybody, but they're definitely going to be leading this metaverse thing. It's unfortunate people don't like Facebook and shit like that, but honestly, they're going to be the people to do it. They're the best company to do it because they have the people, they have the population to do it. Now, Facebook may not be the best quality of a metaverse, as more competition and more companies get into building VR and augmented worlds. I mean, because look at VR chat. VR chat's been around for 2-3 years or something like that. They've got a pretty well established community, but Facebook has Meta has the people, 1 billion active users. So they're the people to make. Facebook is the company to make augmented reality and virtual reality a mainstream thing. This is going to be the big thing, the next big thing, you guys, and you really should keep your eyes peeled, man. Learn. I think for artists, this is an even better way for you to make freaking money. Do you guys remember seeing Detroit Becoming Human? How the main robot, his owner was like this artist guy, just painting and shit like that. Man, artists are gonna be fucking rich. But it's not going to be with physical art for it's going to be with your NFT, your augmented reality pieces, your digital skins and shit like that. That's what it's going to more kind of be. So if you are an artist and already start making like digital pictures and shit like that, learn how to translate that into augmented reality. Learn how to make skins. Learn about VR chat. We've definitely got some years before this starts to really become a thing and roll out a lot more. I give it about a year or two. I think we have another year or two, but by 2025, the metaverse is going to be here to stay. It's going to be something that's pretty big. So that's really about it. That's all I got for you guys, man. What do you guys think about that? Thanks for tuning in. It is your brother Trey with Unpopular Opinions, you guys, and I will see y'all later in the next one.